I Don't Get It
Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to the I Don't Get It podcast.
Did you just hiccup?
I still have the throat issue. It's getting a little bit better.
You got to stop giving head, Ashley. I keep
Oh
telling
my God,
you.
Naz.
I keep telling you.
That's what the doctor said. That's what the doctor ordered.
Guys, I haven't seen you in so long.
I know. It's been a long time since we sat around this
It's been 2
disgusting
weeks
table.
since we sat at this table.
And it's been a while.
Lauren and I recently purchased a new apartment. We didn't purchase it. We're renting. But it sounds nice to say that. And
It's so sick.
We're just real excited about
we're
it.
Yeah.
really excited.
So many I Don't Get It stalkers would like show up to this apartment. It's going to be so nice to have like privacy.
We could have like a little girls' tea party there.
If you care to. But in the I Don't Get It group, we are organizing a ghost hunt. And I don't
know.
get
Oh,
it.
yeah, I
saw
saw
that
you
yesterday.
wrote that.
I'm so excited. I just got to find a weekend where we all can do it. And I'm so excited.
Do you
do
know
it.
what I don't get about your ghost hunting, like love?
What?
Why do you have to break in somewhere? Why can't you just go somewhere haunted, like a haunted hotel
That's
or
what
something?
we're probably going to go to Queen Mary.
It seems as if all you want to do is trespass.
That's
Trespass, and I
another
don't want you to trespass.
I feel like trespass sounds fun though.
It is.
No.
It's dangerous. It gets me high.
Because
like
you're
my-
not supposed to be there. Queen Mary's like, you know, it's like how haunted is it if everyone's making money off of it, you know?
That's true. A part of the
Spirits don't
breaking in,
like
the
that.
urban exploring is the thrill of getting caught.
Exploring.
And also going to like just creepy things are left there. That's what's creepy about it.
Well, when we went to what was it called,
Greystone. That's psychiatric.
Lauren and I went to Greystone Psychiatric Hospital like 4 or 5 years ago.
Where is that?
We
In Jersey.
It's in the North Jersey,
Okay.
Morristown area, and we broke in through like a cracked door. It used to be the biggest, the
State-run
biggest.
mental hospital.
No, but it used to be the biggest building in North America before
Oh.
the Pentagon.
Whoa, that's
Yeah,
so
before the
interesting.
Pentagon was built. Isn't that insane?
That is insane.
Anyway, well, we saw the places they did lobotomies and
It was the greatest day of
That
my
sounds
whole
like your
life.
dream,
It was the greatest
Lauren.
day of my whole life. And then we saw the record room.
and then
is there
the
anything
places-
like that here in LA?
They're all reconstructing them, so it's really hard to find them. They're
Oh,
tearing them
yeah.
down and making them into fucking condos. I'm like, keep some historical integrity.
What
here.
about the Hollywood Tower? Based
But
off
we
the
don't live
ride?
there. It's just like a little different.
I know, but that's something cool to break in, and maybe we can go.
Is it closed
And
down?
I've been in it before.
Oh.
It's in Los Feliz. It's like people live in there right now.
Yeah. But apparently, I was in there. I was charging my phone in a hallway.
Wait,
and
why were you in there?
I don't remember. It was like 2 years ago.
They have concerts on the rooftop. Maybe you're going to a concert.
Oh, I was there for like a reception on the rooftop.
Oh, cool.
And then I found myself in a hallway charging my phone because I couldn't get an Uber without charging my phone. And the guy was like walking to his apartment or something. And I was like, is it true this place is haunted? And he goes, if you go to the whatever floor, you will definitely feel and maybe see something. Like it's almost like every person who's lived there has had an experience.
Wow. We should all, to end this real quick.
Yeah.
Didn't the Kardashians went on like a ghost tour, remember, in like Calabasas or something? We should go do that. It looked really fun.
I don't think Lauren likes tours. Do you like tours?
No, it wasn't like
No.
it wasn't a tour. It was like a, I don't know, a field and like,
I don't remember that one.
It was a
but-
really good episode, I remember.
Well, what I was going to say about
It
Greystone.
was a hunt. It was a ghost hunt.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, what I was going to say about Greystone is that it was scary for me. Most of the scare was coming from me thinking that we were going to get caught by the police and I was going to get arrested for ghost hunting. And that was going to be on my record.
But like,
would've
how
been
long are you arrested for,
hilarious.
Ashley? Like an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it would still
just
show
like,
up
I
on your
didn't
record.
know.
But then on top of it, it was truly the scariest place I've ever seen in my life.
Damn.
I brought home a JFK Jr. biography that I found on the ground.
I told her to
That's
throw
really
it
cool.
out. It's cool, but you can't bring anything from a haunted building.
I wonder where that
they get
is.
mad.
Their spirit and energies.
It's probably why I've
attached to
never
it.
had a boyfriend, Ashley, because it's probably in this house somewhere.
It's not in the house.
I told her to get rid of it.
Anyways, so I haven't seen you guys in a while. Obviously, we talked about this, but you know how I was in a wedding in Arizona.
Your dress was very pretty.
Yeah, it was
Where'd you
really
get that?
nice.
Lulu's.
Wait,
Oh,
was that
which
Which
That's
is like
really pretty.
actually the
Bridesmaid's
antithesis of
dress?
somewhere where I'd buy a dress.
Wait,
Yeah,
it was
I
a
understand.
bridesmaid's dress?
It's like they have a lot of good bridesmaid
She
dresses.
could
They're
pick
like
out any
maxis.
color. I mean,
yeah.
just a certain color.
Yeah, I don't like
nice.
Lulu's, but I was like, this is perfect. I don't want to spend a lot of money. It was like $200. You can have it.
No, it's really pretty.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, hold up. We need to take a time out to talk about one of our faves. You know what it is, BioClarity. You guys know that we love this stuff. I've been including BioClarity's plant-based system in my daily routine for the last few months, and it continues to work wonders. Let me tell you guys, balance is beautiful, and I have real improvement with my acne I get on my chin area. And I guess it's a little hormonal, but it's also probably because I eat greasy food and it lands on my chin.
And it's also because you wear a lot of makeup.
That's rude, but go ahead, Ashley.
BioClarity is clean, green, and gentle. And it is a skincare brand that's going to help you achieve and maintain glowing, radiant complexions. And it's all going to be happening naturally. There are 2 different regimens you can choose from, whatever best suits your needs. There's the clear skin routine and the essential routine. Both are soothing, both are non-abrasive, and there are no harsh chemicals. The best part is that results can be seen in as little as 2 weeks with the clear skin routine, and that is not normal. Normally, you have to stick with the routine for like 6 weeks before you start seeing effects.
Your skin craves Floralux, a powerful skin food. So why not indulge in a healthy habit and get glowing, clear skin? And get this, they're offering our listeners a really great deal. If you go to bioclarity.com and use the code GETIT, you'll get your first month for $9.95 plus free shipping, which is a $20 savings.
It's only $9.95. It's insane.
It's amazing.
It's also great because it's a risk-free money-back guarantee. There's no reason to not give it a try. Clear and heal your skin without harm. I bet you'll have great results just like I have had, just like Lauren has had, and Naz. And you'll fall in love with BioClarity as well. That is bioclarity.com with our code GETIT, GETIT. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
And now back to the show.
Anyway, so so whatever, you guys know that like Big's been like pissed me off lately. So I was at the wedding and this guy was at the wedding that I met 3 years ago that was like really cute. And in my head, I was like, yep, I'm going to make this happen. Cause I haven't like hooked up with someone else in like such a long time. So whatever, I
was wondering, I saw you having fun at that wedding and I was like, I wonder if she's going to do something.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to like have a new partner just to, I don't know, kind of break
out the
free
webs
a little
Big.
bit. Yeah. I know so many people are judging me right now, but I don't give a fuck.
No.
Anyway, so I end up hooking up with this guy. I don't like him at all, full disclosure. I met him like 3 years ago. He lives in another state. I just think he's cute. Like never wanted anything. I was like, this will be like fun for a night. So we hook up and it was really fun and it was really great. And so then the next day I leave and I was telling Ashley this morning at Clever that the motherfucker never texts me, Lauren. And like, not that
He has your number.
Has my number. Not that I wanted anything, but like
common decency.
A nice like, hey, thanks for letting me put my dick in your vagina, Naz.
It's
Would have been nice.
It's
You know what I mean?
unbelievable. Like even if you put like your toe in someone's mouth, you should get a text afterwards. But let
Even
alone
if
the
you
private.
step
Just
foot
something.
in somebody's house.
Yeah.
Good coming over today.
And again, full disclosure, I don't want anything. Don't care about the guy. I don't care if I ever see him again. But like, I just wanted a thanks for letting me put my dick in your
You
vag.
got a taste of what like an actual like single girl goes through, basically.
It's just like so annoying. Like that's my I don't get it for today. Not bothered by it. Actually, think it's kind of funny.
It just would
but,
be
like,
sad if it was someone you actually liked.
If I liked him, that would be so fucking sad. But I don't really care about the guy at all.
Maybe he just knew that.
I think he maybe have known.
But also,
because I talked to
weddings
him
are
about Big.
That's why. There you go. Ding,
like
ding,
right
ding.
after. So funny.
Also, I guess at weddings, it's just kind of known if you hook up, you're never gonna see each other.
Well, no, or you could fall in love like one of your friends did.
That's true.
You were meeting a guy at a wedding.
Who've met a guy at a wedding?
I didn't want to say their name.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, no, Maura fell in love at a wedding. There we go. My friend Maura fell in love at a wedding. And Julia Kinney fell in love at a wedding,
Oh,
too.
yeah, Julia
right.
Kinney.
I forgot.
2 for 2.
Look at that.
She posted a picture yesterday.
I know, I saw it. It's
with her
really
little daughter
cute.
on his chest, and it was so
Oh,
cute.
guess I must just have a haunted
So-
JFK magazine in my fucking luggage then, because nothing ever happens to me. And other thing I wanted to tell you, Lauren, also already told Ashley at work earlier this morning, is that everyone already knows how I feel about being a bridesmaid. I think it's like, whatever, I love you, you're my friend, you're getting married, but like it's a lot of fucking money to do, and it's a big like inconvenience in people's lives. They have to fly places, they have to get dresses they're never going to wear again, yada yada. Long story short, I have found that in every wedding I am in, and I think it's because I am outgoing and funny, and yes, I think I'm funny sometimes, that I always get paired with the groomsman that's the most outgoing and funny as well, who also happens to be the most unattractive.
No.
I always get paired with like the funny friend. Oh, you're gonna love John.
So
Naz.
See, whenever someone's like, "You're gonna love so and so," it's like, nah.
It's like I get paired by my personality, you know, and it's like, and it's fine, but it's like just pair. If I'm in your wedding, like just pair me with the hot one. Don't pair me with the fun guy.
That fun guy is like the guy who has been graduated from college for a number of years, but is still classic frat guy.
100%.
Yeah, he's like slightly overweight.
Yes. You guys, he was the most stage 5 clinger I've ever experienced in my life. Would get in the middle of me and the guy that I hooked up with
I don't
on
know
the
how
dance
weddings
floor.
are like that. Like you're supposed to be like hanging out with them most of the
You're
night.
not. It's not a kisses aren't contracts. We all know this. Holding hands is not a contract. Just because I'm standing next to you in a photo does not mean that I'm your lay for the night. So anyways, that's my little, also, I don't get it. Just pair me with the hottie next time.
I was paired with the hottie at the one time that I was a bridesmaid.
Of course
Well,
you were.
isn't that nice?
Lauren, it was Ben, your first crush.
Oh, that's rude. Ben's mine.
Wait,
Lauren's first love.
Who's Ben?
He was my first love. I went into a new classroom in first grade, and there he was.
And then his sister and I have been friends for 20 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's time to hold up for a minute to tell you guys about our exciting new partner, Blue Apron. Woo! Blue Apron is the leading meal kit delivery service in the U.S. And while many of you people know what they do, many don't know about the types of meals you can have when you cook with Blue Apron.
That's right. They're preparing seared steaks and thyme pan sauce with mashed potatoes, Lauren's fave, green beans, and crispy shallots. Meals like this, all in under 45 minutes without a trip to the grocery store.
That's insane. Blue Apron offers 3 plans, a 2-person meal plan, a family meal plan, and of course, you should add the wine plan. Hello, ladies.
Of course you add the wine plan. Listen, you guys, that is 6 weeks from April 16th to May 21st. Blue Apron is going to team up with Airbnb to bring you the best home cooking around the world. Each week, their menu will feature a recipe developed in collaboration with an Airbnb experience, like Cece. She is a chef from Shanghai who makes the most incredible Kung Pao chicken. She's got a beloved sticky sauce mixed with brown chicken and vegetables.
Oh my God. Some of the best parts of our day happen over dinner, so why not make the time as delicious and easy as possible? This week, I can't wait to make the steak frites and roasted broccoli and lemon.
Frites, Lauren.
Frites?
This week, Lauren can't wait to make me the steak frites with roasted broccoli and lemon aioli, and it's inspired by a Parisian chef. Can't wait for you to make that for me, Lauren. You gonna do good?
With Blue Apron, I sure will. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals for free at blueapron.com/getit. That's blueapron.com/getit. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
Now, where were we?
Lauren, what are we talking about today on the podcast?
We're talking about sugar daddies. We don't get sugar daddies. Well, we're going to go around the gross round table and say, would you ever consider having a sugar daddy? Ashley, go, because I don't know your answer.
We all know I would never have a sugar daddy. Are you kidding me? That's like the last thing I would ever do.
Okay, is
You
there
know that.
is there a price?
I feel like everyone's got a number.
Everyone's got a number.
I make my own money.
What if you were me, Ashley? Would you have a sugar daddy?
No, I wouldn't. That sounds like the creepiest thing ever. The only time that you had anything close to a sugar daddy, which you've never needed because your own daddy will give you money if you need.
Yeah.
The guy, we're not going to name his name, but he would give us Broadway tickets. So I was like, Lauren, can you get your sugar daddy to get us Broadway tickets? All he did was pay us some Broadway tickets.
I love when you say Lauren.
Lauren. Okay, so you would know.
Heck no. We all know, like, that would, you guys know that, like, old men old men being sexual is like the grossest thing to me.
Well, that's the thing is they just hang out with you. You don't even have to touch them, Ashley.
Sometimes,
Did you know that?
if you get a good sugar daddy,
you don't even have to touch them. You're just kind of like hanging out with them. Did you know that?
I know.
So would you
but,
do it in that
No,
circumstance?
here's what grosses me out. It's that I know that this guy who's at least like 25 years older than me, at least is going to be looking at me in a sexual light. Even if he's not going to actually touch me, he's still looking at me wanting to. The closest thing that like I can relate to this to is when I first moved to LA and I was like a naive girl and I met this guy who was like, I'm going to be your manager and we are going to make you this and that. And he took me to all these meetings and he took me to like all these little like mingles. You know, we were never alone. Maybe we had like a few coffees alone to discuss business, but I felt so uncomfortable eventually because I was like, I think he just likes having a young girl on, like, not on his arm, but like entering a room with him.
yeah.
Right. Arm candy.
Everyone, Mother's Day is coming up, and probably what I do worst as a child is ask my mom, you're like, hey mom, what do you want for Mother's Day? And she's like, oh, I just want you to be happy and I want to not do the dishes and I want everything to be clean. And I'm like, all right, that's what you're getting, mom. And then Mother's Day rolls around and she doesn't get anything and she's like all sad. I'm like, well, that's what you wanted. So this year I am going to not make that mistake. I'm going to get her Sherry's berries because you can't go wrong with chocolate covered berries of any kind, especially the chocolate covered strawberries. Yum, yum, yum. A gift from Sherry's Berries shows you that you put thought into her gift. Mom will love it, I swear. Right now, my listeners can get Sherry's Berries starting at $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Or check this out, you can double the berries for just $10 more. Your berries will arrive in Sherry's Berries signature gift box with a beautiful ribbon and no gift wrap required. It's not just berries. You can get Mother's Day cake pops, strawberry cheesecake bites, and artisanal chocolate truffles. It'll make it look like you planned a little ahead of time, even though you didn't. There's only one way to get this amazing deal for mom. Freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99 plus shipping and handling. And remember, you can double the berries for $10 more. Sounds like a deal. I'm going to double them. Mother's Day is May 13th, so visit berries.com today. That's BERRIES.com. Then click on the mic in the upper right corner and enter our code GETIT. That's berries.com, code GETIT. Don't mess up Mother's Day. Naz, would you have a sugar daddy?
So for this question's like interesting to me because you guys know I went to the University of Central Florida and I was in a sorority and there were actually girls in my sorority that had them. And at the time I was like, how in the fuck could anyone? Mm-hmm. And fun fact, because I just Googled it, University of Central Florida is in the top 20 ranks. And actually 4 schools in Florida ranked in the top 20 of having girls that are members of a sugar daddy website.
What's the number one? Did you read the number one?
I didn't. I should look it up though.
Oh, okay.
Probably somewhere in Arizona.
Why do you
anyways,
think it's those states?
I
There's
don't
a
know.
lot of wealthy guys in
There's a lot
Florida.
of wealthy guys. There's also a lot of pretty girls.
Yeah.
But so I always thought it was gross, like you, Ashley, and like so weird. But these girls that I knew personally got all their student loans paid off, got a free car for never having to touch someone else. And so I am not here to judge anyone that has one, and I can completely see why someone would do
you
this.
think
Does
that they
make
really
sense?
didn't touch or they were lying?
That's the thing. I have no idea. See, we always thought this one girl like 100% for sure did. And I remember because I used to work for the NBA. I would work the Magic games and I would see her go there with the older guy and like sit in a suite. And that really grossed me out. Like that's something I personally could never do. But again, I'm not in her circumstance. And like if you're getting like all your loans paid off and free cars and free trips to places.
Honestly,
I wouldn't do it, but I could see why people do it.
If you're getting like your loans paid off, you're getting a car, like essentially, and you need money in like a dire circumstance, I would totally get having a sugar daddy, and I would also get sleeping with him a couple times.
No. Really?
Yeah.
No.
I would do it.
It's prostitution.
It is prostitution. And I'm saying I have nothing against prostitution.
Yeah, I don't have anything
I have
against
nothing against
prostitution
it.
either, I guess.
Fine. You know, when you say that, I guess it's just
Like,
up
we
to
should be
them.
able
It's
to
up
use
you.
our own
Yeah.
body for
If
like
it's
whatever we
your
want.
body, your
Fine.
decision, whatever. Then you have sex and you get money. I don't care.
Fine.
Yeah.
I guess I personally. Okay, you're right.
It's just
Do
not
I have
for
a
me.
problem with it existing? No, I don't have a problem with it existing.
Yeah.
Would I ever contemplate that? No way.
I wouldn't either.
But
And
you saying
obviously-
that makes it sound like you would contemplate it.
well, maybe
I
she
would definitely
As a
contemplate
thank
it.
you.
And let me tell you this.
But only as a thank you.
As a thank you. But when I was a freshman in college, I met with a guy, that a senior recommended to me because she was graduating, and this guy needed some fresh new thing to take over her spot. So I was that fresh new thing, and I met with him, and he was like,
Freshnewthing.com.
look, I give about $50 an hour to hang out with me and go places, and I'll buy you gifts and clothes, and all you have to do is give me a massage in return. And I was under the impression that there was no physical contact. So I was like, so I was like, nah, that's okay. And then that was my sugar daddy story. But we have a real sugar daddy story. So we're going to give her a call. She's going to remain anonymous.
Have I clarified to everyone that like I'm not judging you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want people to know
Yeah.
that like it's fine if you need money and this is the best, most efficient way to get it, then fine. But
Is it something I'd want
is
my
it something
daughter
that
to do?
I want my daughter to
Probably
do? No.
not.
Is it something that I would personally feel very uncomfortable with? Yes.
Exactly. Same.
I just like so bad with dealing with people who objectify me.
Yeah. But I agree, and I feel like I'm giving up part of my dignity because someone's hanging out with me just because of what I look like, and
Yeah.
not because of who I am. But you know what? Let's talk to this anonymous caller, and maybe my mind will change after this. Because honestly, after we talked to God Bless Blair, I thought about becoming a prostitute.
Anything can happen.
I'm just kidding.
All right, we're going to
JK.
give
She
her
was a porn star, let's be correct.
That's what I meant to say. Oh my God. Sorry, everyone.
Hello, this is Lauren, Naz, and Ashley.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi, I'm
How
so glad
are
you're
you?
coming on to talk to us. So you have had a sugar daddy in the past, or do you have one currently?
Currently.
Currently.
But my experience isn't I don't want to say like a traditional, like, allowance giving kind of sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship. My experience is a little different than most gals, I believe.
Why don't you walk us through like how you first met or how you got into the situation?
Yes. So I'm a huge baseball fan, and so is he. And I was at a game, and I go to baseball games all by myself. Like, after this, I'm probably going to go to the game.
That's cute.
I love that. So much
Professional
confidence.
So we met at a Rockies game. Oh my gosh. I don't know how much detail I should be giving. I don't care.
It's
we met
really
at a
up to you.
Rockies.
We'll leave it up to you. Well, obviously, you'll remain anonymous. So
Yeah, okay, that's totally fine. But so we met at a Rockies game a few years ago, and I was by myself, like I always go. And he came up to me, and he was waiting for his friends or whatnot, and he was like, "Oh," just kind of talking about the game, whatever. And we just got to talking back and forth. And like I said, I'm a huge baseball fan, so I know my shit. And he was very impressed. And like he's like, "I would love to like just like come to games with you if you don't mind." And we exchanged numbers. And he's like, I want to say like 13 years older than me, so he's not like
Not
a
that
huge
bad.
age.
That's
Yeah.
not disgusting or
that's not.
anything.
can you tell us how old you are?
No. I'm 22,
Okay.
Oh.
so it's
Okay.
not.
That's
it's
not that bad.
gross.
No.
It's not bad. I mean, I've dated guys. Like the current guy I'm seeing is like 32, so
Okay. It's not too
yeah.
far off then.
So we get to talking and whatnot, and we were friends for like a really long time. After that game, I had never like really hung out with him, and he was like, "Well, want to grab dinner?" After probably like a year and a half of texting back and forth, like about baseball, like small talk, and I was.
But
bored
you
this
had been
week.
going to baseball games with him like that year and a half.
No,
yeah?
no.
Oh,
No.
you hadn't. Okay.
No, just talking, like texting each other.
Got it. You never saw
And-
each other?
No.
Okay.
And I was like, sure, I'll go to dinner with you. I'm poor this week. Like, I could use a nice dinner. So we grabbed dinner, and it's not weird at all. And then he's like, we should do this again. And I was like, sure. Because we went to a pretty nice place. So I was like, whatever. And the next time we grabbed dinner, he like brought me a book, and he was like, oh, you said that this was your favorite book and this one's kind of similar. And I was like, oh my God, you're the nicest person in the world. Like, that's so sweet. And then like the next time he was like, oh, I know you said that you like needed a new pair of like a new workout outfit. And then he's like, here you go. I hope the sizes fit. And I was like, this is weird. So it started off like him buying me a lot of things. And, like, we honestly, like, became really, really good friends over this.
Were you attracted to him at all?
Yeah, that's my big question, because it sounds like you could have just dated him. So you must not be attracted to him.
No, I'm not.
Okay, got it.
Is he an attractive person?
Did he assume that you weren't attracted to him?
I think, so all of my friends really were like, this makes no sense, because I have never, like, had any sexual experience with him. Like, I've never slept with him. I've never done anything sexual with him. And this has been going on for almost a year and a half, I would say. But, like, a small peck on the mouth, and that's about
fine.
it.
That's respectable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be weird, but my family's really close. Like, I kiss my, like, mom on the mouth. Like, it's... I don't know. I don't think it's weird.
Well, David, but, Tom Brady does it, so I'm sure other people do it.
Yeah, he does it to his child. A long kiss.
Let's stop for a minute and talk about the awesomeness that is Liquid IV. Liquid IV is a little flavored packet that you put into water. It tastes really good, and it really aids in hydrating you properly quickly. You can use this stuff to help recover after a long night out, aka you're hungover, or if you're just having a super busy day and you find yourself not drinking enough water. I use Liquid IV because it delivers hydration into the bloodstream faster and more efficiently than water alone, so you don't have to worry about how much you're drinking, and it contains 5 essential vitamins, including more vitamin C than an orange and more potassium than a banana.
The fact that Liquid IV is non-GMO, vegan, and free of dairy, soy, and gluten is also a really plus for me. I especially love that I can drink this after I eat a salty meal, whether that be tacos, Shake Shack, something like that, and I wake up with that dry mouth in the middle of the night. This is perfect for that kind of experience. So I love Liquid IV, and I know you will too. Right now, our listeners get 20% off liquidiv.com when you use our code GETIT at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order on Liquid IV's website. Go to liquid-iv.com and enter our promo code GETIT to get your savings and start getting better hydration. That's liquid-iv.com. Promo code GETIT. Don't wait. Get hydrated today. All right, what's next, guys? So how did the arrangement come about?
I don't know. It kind of just like kept happening that he kept buying me things, and they kept being bigger priced items.
So would you, like, when you hung out with him, would you consciously in your head say that you needed something that maybe he would bring to the next time you hung out? Does that make sense?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Can you kind of walk me through like what your process was like in your mind?
So yeah, after a while, I'd be like, oh yeah, I really want this. Like, this is the first like big thing that he kind of bought me, and I was like, oh, I want lip fillers.
Nice, love it.
And there was like this gal that I really wanted to do them, like, and she was like doing like I don't want to say a pop-up shop because that sounds super sketchy, but kind of a pop-up shop. And he was like, okay, sure, I'll get them for you. And I was like, wait,
that's the
seriously?
best gift a man could give. Oh my God.
Debatable. He's bought me a lot of other things that are like.
Can you kind of list off
like Botox?
Maybe can you list off like everything that you've kind of received?
Yeah, so I planned ahead and kind of made a list.
Great. Thank you for your preparation.
So I have a gym membership that's $185 a month that he pays for.
Damn.
What kind of gym are you going to?
What do you mean? That's like Equinox.
Oh, is that Equinox?
Why is Equinox so expensive?
It's not
Because it's Equinox, but Lifetime Fitness.
I guess 24-hour fitness is like $5 a year.
Yeah.
LA Fitness is 20-something.
That's how much good gyms cost.
Oh, okay,
now.
good. Wait, okay. So next item.
Okay.
That also benefits him. Oh, because he gets to be seen with you. Yeah.
Well,
Ashley.
we never went together, but that was our like plan. Like he's overweight, not like hugely overweight, but he's got a little bit.
Okay.
So like,
do you think people find him attractive?
He is, yes, like probably somebody his age, and like, yes, people would find him attractive, and I'm like not embarrassed to like be out in public with him, like, or anything.
It's not like an 80-year-old man. It's like super obvious.
Exactly.
And I just want to be clear, though, I'm not asking because I believe outer beauty is all that matters. I'm asking because I'm wondering if he maybe has issues finding someone his own age to hang out with. So maybe that was why I was asking.
Yes and no. So I've met his like friends as well, but that's like another story. I want to tell you like.
Well, yeah, give us what he got you.
Yeah, well, the list is what we want to hear about.
So, like lip fillers, my Apple Watch, like AirPods. I'm a huge techie, and so is he. Anytime I want to travel, he'll just book my flight for me.
Where have you traveled on his dime?
So, like I said, I'm a huge baseball fan. So, like, I'll go to different parks in different states. I went to Cuba. He bought that flight for me. We went.
But you go with him, right?
No, I've only gone on one trip with him, and Naz, you'll really like this. We went to Game 1 of the World Series last year.
Oh, I love that.
This guy sounds nice.
Go those tickets.
Go Rockies, but it's okay.
I know. But I was just going to ask if you've been to Dodger games, but we can talk about that when we're not recording the podcast.
Did he buy you the tickets to the World Series? Yes.
Yes. So I went with him to the World Series.
Dude, how much is your ticket to the World Series?
Does he make a lot?
Ashley, too many questions. Let's all our answer.
So yeah, he bought our tickets, and I looked them up for like game 2, and they were $2,500 a seat. And I wanted to like puke because I would never spend that much money on a ticket.
What does he do for a living? If you can disclose or realm.
I don't know what he does. I think he's like a web developer, but I've tried to get like my friends to ask him like discreetly because I have no idea, and I feel like he's making like $50,000 a year and like spending it all on me.
Aww.
Like,
does that scare you a little that you don't know where the money's coming from, or no?
It doesn't scare me that I don't know where it's coming from, and some people like ask me if I feel bad, but I also don't feel bad because like he doesn't have a wife or a girlfriend or anything. Like, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, he was engaged to be married, so I feel like I'm just kind of filling that void for him.
Right. It's his choice where to spend his own money.
Yeah, but I think personally for me, I'd be wondering if he was like, if
sketchy.
it was through fraud or like, you know what I mean? Identity theft.
No,
and
I
it
would
was like
definitely
other people's
wonder.
money.
Do you see him go to work?
No.
Is it like a 9 to 5?
Oh yeah. He definitely has like a good job, and like I've been to his like house. Like I house sat for him one time, so that's when I was at his house. Like nothing gross. But yeah, like it's a very strange situation because it was never kind of like set up like, hey, like this is what I want.
It's kind of like an unspoken agreement, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. But like I have a Louis Vuitton. I have like he just buys me like literally kind of anything I want, and it's pretty amazing.
Go ahead, Ash.
Does it make you feel guilty for maybe like leading him on? Do you think that eventually he's going to want something more?
I don't think so. At first, I was really worried about that situation. But since it's been so long, I don't think it's an issue. And so I had like a really traumatic hair problem, like a haircut. And
I've had a really traumatic haircut. I know what that's like.
Girl, I'll send you the photos. You don't even know.
No, I've like cried in the chair. Like they get fucking scissor happy. That's another podcast.
That's another
nightmare
situation.
haircuts. Anyways,
but sent me to his friend and was like, hey, my friend's a hairstylist. Like, she'll do your extensions for you. Like, I'll get it. Like, $3,000 later, I have hair in, and like, his friend is like, what's the situation? Like, trying to dig. And I'm like, so I know, like, other people are more curious and like,
there's a lot of guys out there, like, older guys that just like to see, like, give their money. Like, they like to, I don't remember what it's called. It's not like a sugar daddy, but they like to give their money to younger people and like see them be happy.
Them.
Like, I was watching a YouTuber, Charles Gross, whatever. He had like a sugar daddy who he would buy him like Hermes bags and stuff just to see him be happy. And I was like, and he didn't want anything in return. He was like, they get off on the fact that they're giving their money away to someone.
Well, I grew up in South Florida, and no, disrespect to South Florida, because not everyone's like this, but this is very much the culture there. It's very much like how things are done. But I'm curious, do you have any friends that are, oh my God, I just got the most random text. Do you have any friends that are sugar babies?
No. No, I don't. So it was like really hard to like kind of open up to my group of friends. Like, this guy keeps like buying me things. So
what do your friends think?
My friends call him the cash daddy because he doesn't get any sugar, but he just gives it.
That's amazing. I want a cash daddy.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. They were very judgmental. They're like, we don't get it. Like, Brandy, if you're sleeping with him, like, tell us. Like, I'm like, guys, I have no reason to lie to you. And
continue.
One of my friends like met him in real life and was like, I totally get it now. Like, I totally get it. It makes complete sense because he's a sweet, a little bit older than I am guy. And like, that's just like, I don't want to say he has like self-confidence issues, but like, I think that plays into it.
So you didn't like need the sugar daddy because you didn't seek it out, obviously. Do you feel like he just gives you kind of like extra bonuses in life, or does he provide you something like rent or tuition that is like more of a need?
He at times has like, so I lost my job a few months ago, and he was like, hey, I know it's going to be like rough on you next couple months. And he did pay for my rent, but like, I don't need, but he just enhances my life.
Okay.
Like, I would never like go out and like spend $500 at like shop. Well, I guess I would, but like, it's easier when it's his money.
I totally, so do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend?
I don't have a
You don't have a boyfriend, but if you were to get one, would he be upset?
No, not at all. So there's this guy, I mean, he's a baseball player, and me and him chat. And I went to spring training in Arizona, and he was like, sent me money. I love this. He sends me money through PayPal and will like write the sweetest notes and be like, he'll be like, hey, here's for this, blah, blah, blah. But the one for spring training was like, hope you meet up with blank, but here's to buy a cute outfit when you see him.
Oh, wow.
So I don't think it would be like, he would be like upset if I got a boyfriend.
But maybe it's because you guys are both baseball people that he's like, yeah, get the baseball player, dude.
Yeah, what if it was a regular guy?
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but
right.
But
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think it's like he's jealous or would like hold me back from any like future relationships. Like, he knows I'm young. He like knows everything about me. Like, we're honestly like truly really great friends.
Has he dated anyone in between?
I don't think so. I don't know, because these last couple weeks, I haven't seen him since before spring training, which is like, I went at the end of like March. So I haven't seen him in a long time. So I'm afraid he's going to like cut me off, or he has a girlfriend. So
How would you feel if he cut you off?
I would be fine. I mean, like, I would still be his friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, me and him are, like, truly great friends. And I never, like, lean on him for anything. But, I mean, I would be kind of sad.
Yeah.
Do your parents know?
No, my parents don't know.
I wouldn't tell
But-
my parents either.
Yeah. But my mom always kind of, like, makes jokes about, like, oh, you need a sugar daddy. Like, you have a champagne taste on a beer budget, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but would you really be okay with that?
Well, where does she think like your expensive stuff
Yeah,
comes
where's
from?
Yeah,
Well,
because I was just
Vuitton
gonna
come from?
ask
The travel.
Spanish. Like my Latino parents are so fucking nosy. They'd be like, "How the fuck are you in Cuba right now?
Yeah.
with your bank account."
Yes. So my parents, like, don't help me out at all, but we are very, like, close and transparent. So I got my Louis Vuitton purse for Christmas, and I told my parents, like, that a guy I was seeing at the time got it for me, and I kind of like play everything off on, like, these guys that I'm seeing where, like, even though I'm, like, not seeing them at the time, I'm like, oh yeah, Mike got it for me, or oh yeah, me and Mike are going to this, and it's really not Mike, it's my cash daddy.
All right.
So crazy.
Do you have any words of wisdom for anyone out there trying to look for one? Just go to a baseball game alone, or
Well, you know, you could go to sugardaddy.com or seekingarrangements.com.
Okay.
This is not
Yes.
sponsored by either.
I've
This is not
heard
sponsored, but they
So
should
I-
be getting us some commission for that
I would
plug I
say.
just gave them.
I would agree.
I have listened to, like, Seeking Arrangements podcast and, like, read their blog.
They have a
and, like,
podcast.
yeah, they do.
That's
it's
dope.
these two girls that are talk about, I don't know, just, like, stuff that goes on the website. I signed up for the website, but, like, I feel like it's just
Maybe
creepy,
we can
dude.
try and get
I'm
one of them on
definitely
the
gonna
podcast
listen
to
to
do a
that.
part
Oh yeah,
two.
I thought Lauren was like, I'm
No, I'm
definitely
gonna listen to
get
the
on.
podcast.
But I have one more question for you before we go. So you're interested in signing up for one of those websites? Does that mean that if this really is the end of the line with your cash daddy, that you would like to move on to a new one?
No.
No. You found a good one. I wouldn't risk getting in a bad situation. It sounds like you got a good one. Even if it's over, you had
Yeah.
a good run.
I like truly, like, love my dude.
Yeah.
Like, not in, like, a romantic way, but, like, a friendship way. And we are really close, so, like, I don't think, like, anybody can replace him. Unless they're, like, giving me, like, $5K a month, then I'll be like, cool.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was
Yeah,
very
thank you.
insightful.
It's very nice of you to be like super open and transparent about this. Definitely such an interesting podcast. One of
Yeah,
my faves.
definitely.
So thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank
Of
you.
course. Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
That was highly, highly informative.
Interesting.
Yes.
That was very interesting.
It doesn't sound like a bad deal. But
I mean-
And but you know what? Like he's just a regular guy. Like he's in his 30s. He's obviously just more of a friend who pays for things. It's not your typical sugar daddy.
Is it weird that I'm weirded out that someone would go to a baseball game by themselves?
Yeah, that is like the most. No,
'Cause
I've
I
gone to
would-
movies and stuff.
Yeah,
by
but
myself,
a baseball game is like hours.
I went to a Miley Cyrus concert, not by myself, but I sat by myself.
Would you guys ever go to a sports game or concert by yourself?
no, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't even go to a concert by myself, even if maybe if I was obsessed with a person
I could
and no
probably
one
go to
would
a
go with
concert,
me.
but I do think a sporting event's probably the weirdest thing to
Which
go
is
to
because
alone.
I work at Dodger games and they're so long.
well,
Dedication.
if you listened to the show before, you've heard me talk about Frame Bridge. You know they make it super easy and affordable to custom frame your favorite things, from prints to posters to the photos on your phone. So did you also know that a custom framed photo from Frame Bridge makes for the perfect Mother's Day gift? That's a fantastic
great
idea.
idea. Laura and I are definitely doing that. We're definitely using FrameBridge when we decorate our new apartment as well. It's so ridiculously easy. You order in a few minutes, and FrameBridge will send you a one-of-a-kind frame picture that your mom is going to love. It's the perfect gift for mom because it's already probably on your phone. You're just going to upload the photo and order by Sunday, May 6th for guaranteed delivery in time for Mother's Day.
Here's how it works. Just go to framebridge.com, pick a great photo, and the expert team at Framebridge will frame it and send it to you straight away. Or they can deliver straight to your mom in time for Mother's Day when you place your order by May 6th, Sunday, May 6th. The best part, instead of the hundreds you'd pay at a framing store, their prices start at $39 and all shipping is free. And that's huge when you're shipping like a good sturdy frame. Plus, our listeners will get 15% off their first order at framebridge.com and they use the code GETIT.
I'm going to get Mom a pic of probably something from the cruise last year
Ethel.
because
Ethel, our doggy.
Ethel. Okay, I was going to say the cruise because it was like the last time we took family pictures, but you know what? Ethel's probably better. We know she's going to guaranteed love that.
Yep.
She just loves pictures. Every mom loves pictures. So order a custom gift for any mom in your life right from your phone. Go to framebridge.com and use the promo code GETIT, GETIT, and you'll save an additional 15% off your order. Framebridge.com, promo code GETIT. Again, framebridge.com, promo code GETIT, and your mom has a Mother's Day gift.
Bada bing, bada boom.
No
All right.
hassle. All right, what's next?
We are going to call another girl who has a very, she sought out a sugar daddy.
Yeah, I know a lot of people listening to this are like, all right, well, give us the real people that have gone on a website looking for a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
So don't worry, we have someone that has, and we're about to call that person who will
All right,
remain
let's
anonymous.
do it.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, we are so happy to have you on the I Don't Get It podcast because you're serving as kind of our sugar daddy expert because you've sought out a sugar daddy on Seeking Arrangement.
Yes, I did. I've had a couple.
Tell us everything. First, why did you sign up for it?
For me, it was something that I had been curious of because I heard of a friend who had done it, and she had a very successful arrangement. And the way that she described it to me and what I've taken on and describing to my friends is doing it in a way that's not morally compromising because I feel like there's obviously a bad stigma attached to it, but I'm not the type of person who would involve myself in anything that would make me feel bad about myself or me lose my dignity or anything like that. So for me, it was about, and what I tell people as well is that it's about finding someone who there's a mutual respect and it is actually a mutually beneficial relationship. It's not something that is going to be like, oh, you go to a hotel and you exchange money or anything like that. For me, it was more, we enjoyed being around each other. We enjoyed doing things together. We had a mutual respect, but there wasn't the drama that would come along with being in a relationship or the expectations of like having to check in with each other. You had very set rules of when you're going to meet and what you're going to do and what you're going to exchange.
Are the rules laid out in a contract?
They can be. I did have one who had a contract because he had a bad experience before, but it was more just not being involved in each other's lives, that sort of thing, but having time for each other, making time for each other, because obviously the people that I've had the experience with, they are very successful businessmen. They don't play games. They don't want you to be flaky with them, but they also understand that you have a life too. So,
quick question. I'd love to start at the beginning since you did seek for a sugar daddy through a website. What is the application process?
Well, for seeking arrangement, I think it's different for guys than it is for girls, because for girls, you can kind of just sign up and you post your pictures, you post a bio, and you can purchase the actual, I guess it's a subscription, but I never did that because you're still able to send messages. I know that for guys, they can actually do to where they can do background checks on them, which is helpful for me.
That's really good.
It's, showing you kind of that they're not really going to be, because that's another thing is weeding out the people who are actually looking for arrangement and the kind of guys who are like, oh, I'm a sugar daddy, but they're just going to kind of take advantage of you because of what you're looking for. And maybe they're not actually what they're portraying themselves to be. So for guys, there's a little bit more stipulations I believe they have to follow, but I think maybe it's a little easier for girls because they want more girls to sign up.
Do you know what the requirements are for sugar baby and sugar daddy?
For sugar daddies, I don't know what their requirements are to sign up, but for me personally, there wasn't requirements on the website. Now, the guys themselves have requirements.
They have to pay, right, to be on it?
Yes.
That makes
but
sense.
you
'Cause
don't
can't
have
be a
to
broke
pay.
ass and go on there just trying to find a cute girl.
Unfortunately, there are some that do that.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if it's every website, 'cause that's the only one that I've used personally, but I have a friend who went on a date with a guy who ended up not being someone who is what he said, what wasn't going to be offering what he said. And I also know, like, the way that I go about it personally, I think if you first are meeting someone who is experienced, someone who has had previous arrangements, which is something that I ask as well. I ask if they've had previous successful arrangements, how that went for them. I'm also not the type of person who is like, okay, I need you to give me $3,000 every month or $10,000 every month. It's more, if you're in a successful arrangement, I feel like that you want long term to be something that, okay, like one of them helped me with an apartment deposit that was like $2,000, or something like with school books, or maybe a car payment, but it's not like just handing over cash.
Right.
They want to be actually like going towards something rather than just like willy nilly, here's 10,000 or whatever.
Yeah, because I feel like that could be dangerous. That could also be illegal, but it's also something that they're helping you in a, like, further yourself. Because a lot of them, I mean, at least the ones that you'd want to attract, are going to be wanting to help you, like genuinely help you. They look for people that, I mean, if they are busy with their lives, they want to feel wanted, they want to feel needed, they want to feel like they're being helpful to you as well.
Right.
And it's something that they have the money, you have the time. It's something that you're exchanging, and it's of equal worth, if that makes sense.
I'm still curious as to how it all works. So, like, do you go on and you, like, pick a picture and message them? Do they message you? Can you just kind of walk through the whole process of maybe how you met your first one, just so we know, like, all the steps, if that makes sense?
Yeah, is it like a dating app, like a Match.com?
It is kind of like a dating app. So you go on the website and you can scroll through different guys within a certain radius. So you set your own radius, and then it'll show you the guys within, say, 60 miles, and it shows you how much they make yearly, how much they're wanting to spend per month or yearly. It also shows you what their occupation is, their height, their weight, things like that. And so you can kind of go based on what you're looking for as well. And for me, it was just looking for someone that, again, was seasoned with having an arrangement, but was also, I feel like, attractive to me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to, like, spend time. Again, like, I feel like if I was doing it just with someone who was unattractive, or that just, I don't know.
But then doesn't that complicate things if you are attracted to them in a way? Because then wouldn't you kind of want to
I mean, if you date them, I'm sure they'd be happy, right? They'd be like, oh, I get to this girl who's hot, and you know.
Yeah, what's the difference between dating a sugar daddy that you find attractive? Like, is the only difference between being with a sugar daddy and then dating him, like the physical?
I think for me, it's just knowing that there's a specific arrangement, knowing that you're not going to be as involved as you would be in a relationship. For me personally, going to school, working full time, I didn't want the complications of a relationship. For the guys that I had arrangements with, they were working a lot as well, and they didn't want the complications of a relationship. So it's not, you're not meeting the family. You're not going to, like, just be the level that you would be in a relationship. You know, I personally, like, that emotional connection isn't there, but the physical, if that makes sense.
Pardon me if this is too invasive of a question, but have you been physical with some of your sugar daddies? Is that an expectation? We know it's not a requirement, correct?
No, it's not a requirement, because I have had one who, that wasn't something that was a part of the arrangement at all. It was more of just time that they were wanting. It was an older gentleman who had been divorced for a really long time, and he was just really just wanting someone to spend his free time with. But I have had one where I was intimate with him, and it isn't an expectation at all. It was something that he was like, whenever you're ready, I'm not going to force it on you. But then there is also, I don't know how to, I guess for him, it was something that he would eventually want. And for him to have a successful arrangement, it was something that would have to be a part of it. But for me, it was like, if I wasn't comfortable with it, then obviously then I could bounce out at any time. But I did get to that point.
You did get to the uncomfortable point?
No, getting to the point of
Where
being
you're comfortable getting physical.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very intriguing.
So most of the guys you believe are there just for the company, and just to like take care of someone?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of wanting someone, if you're lonely, to spend time with, if you have free time, knowing that you are going to have someone, I think takes a lot of burden off of just everyday life. Like, okay, I'm going to be working for 4 weeks straight. When I come home, I'm going to have someone there. That sort of thing. And also just being, I mean, a lot of them like the idea. Yeah, companionship, and they like the idea of helping me go through school as well. Like they're giving something that I wouldn't otherwise maybe be able to receive.
Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 22.
And then how old is the oldest sugar daddy you've ever had?
He was 70.
Whoa, that was a lot higher than I thought.
So then what were your thoughts on that? And like, how was that? Can you speak more on that arrangement?
Well, this was the one who was more not wanting the physical aspect, the intimacy, just more of like the company. He was someone who would take me to dinners, or he was actually the one who helped me with like the deposit on my apartment. But all he was really wanting in return was just for me to spend time with him. So it wasn't something that I was uncomfortable with, because we developed a friendship of sorts. And he was like a good listener, that sort of thing. But it was all completely just him wanting someone to be there.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was looking at you up and down, like wanting you sexually.
But that's, I'm sure there is a component of that, because why couldn't he just go and bro out with some older gentlemen his age, even a lady his age? I don't understand why he would need to go and hang out for company with somebody he probably cannot relate to.
I think for him, I don't know if it was also the aspect of him wanting to take care of someone. Mm-hmm. I think he offered multiple times for me to come live with him. And he would always say things like, I'll take care of you. You'll never have to worry about this. You'll never have to worry about that. I don't know if it was my age or if it was a combination of everything that was appealing to him. I know that a lot of them do look for certain like physical requirements as well. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like when you're hanging out with a sugar daddy, do you ever feel like you're being used for your looks or like appearance?
I think I don't know if it's being used, if I feel being used, but I know it is a part of it.
Yeah. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I just feel like I would feel that way. So that's why I'm like asking. I'm like, I wonder if she, feels that way.
Yeah, I definitely think that it is a large part of arrangements. I don't think that, a lot of them even put in their information of what they're looking for, very specific. Height, weight, measurement requirements, hair color, race.
No
way. It is, yeah.
It's like literally like picking a friend. Like it's like if you got to like, I technically paid for my friends in college being in a sorority. So it's like you're like paying for the exact
right.
friends
That's funny.
And what they look like.
But if I was a sugar mama, I would be like, yeah, I need these qualifications. I wouldn't be like down for something.
But
that's
I feel like
type.
if I was a sugar mama, I'd secretly deep down want to like date the person.
Oh yeah, that's what
right?
I think that's what they're all kind of hoping for. Maybe
I don't know. Do you think that that's what they're all kind of hoping for? From what you're saying, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like they really just want companionship.
They've never expressed to me like, oh, I want this to lead to a relationship. I really think it's just the simplicity of it and the business. I think they're very business minded. A lot of them are very dominant, very, I don't know how to explain. Their personalities just aren't super emotional. I think whenever like one of them was running multiple businesses, and I think whenever you have a lot on your plate like that and you're running multiple businesses and you're dealing with a lot of things in your life, then thinking about dating. And I mean, I'm sure.
Right. Like you put dating on the back burner. Lauren, remember we talked to a professional cuddler and how that's like.
It's exactly the same thing as a professional cuddler.
It sounds pretty similar. But my question to you is, since you've had multiple, how does it end? And then how do you go to the next one? You know what I mean? Are you kind of like, okay, today's our last day of you being my sugar daddy. I'm going to go find someone else to be my sugar daddy now. How does that work?
Well, so in the beginning, it's always been very clear to both of us, and I've said it, and they've said it as well. If at any point it reaches a point where this isn't something that either of us wants, then we need to have that conversation, and it would be something that we talk it through, and it wouldn't end horribly. And it has ended for me personally whenever I got into a relationship. So I obviously didn't want to continue that whenever I was dating someone seriously. And so I haven't done that in a while, but I have had a friend who had an arrangement, and they had to end it because she started getting feelings for him, like you had kind of talked about earlier. And he started kind of basically told her, this isn't what I'm looking for.
Oh, wow.
So
That's interesting.
I mean, if you're buying me a trip to Aruba, I'm going to catch the feels, you know?
Do sugar daddies often have more than one sugar sugar baby?
Sorry. Actually, I don't know why you make me laugh so much.
Oh, me?
Sugar child?
Yeah, sugar baby.
Yeah, a lot of them do. The one that I had that was the younger one that was the more like the one that was running multiple businesses, he told me up front that he would have multiple, which, I mean, it's not something that I really thought about. It was more because he laid it out for me. But I think some of them do, some of them don't. It's just kind of depending on their preferences. Also, like if they really like, I don't know, it's weird to talk about, but if they have like a favorite, you know what I mean? Or one that they want to...
that would make me feel really insecure.
I want to be the favorite sugar
I'll
child.
give you a blowjob.
Quick question for you. My last question for you actually is, I read that you said that you train other people to be sugar babies. So what does that training entail? Like if you were to train me?
Well, from the beginning, it would be, I think a lot of people who I've talked to about it, who are interested and who I've trained, they have no idea where to even begin as far as even messaging the first message. And so whenever I train someone to do that, it's really just to train them to weed out the ones that are legitimate versus the one that aren't, knowing what to put in your profile, what to send in the messages even, and then the little things that I feel like could help you be more successful, like asking on the first date for them to bring something that shows you good faith, like a sort of gift, because there is that potential to have someone who isn't legitimate.
Please bring me a Range Rover 2018 to our first date, and then I will agree
and then you
to
never have
hang
to pay
out
me
with
again.
you. Wait, I feel like some people listening are going to want to get in contact with you.
No, absolutely.
To be trained, but I don't know what to do because you're anonymous.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Go to Seeking Arrangements.
Yeah, go on Seeking Arrangements. Figure out for yourself. Win yourself a sugar daddy.
And now,
yeah, just be careful. That's all I say.
Okay.
my last question. Well, now that you say that, I got to. Have you ever been in an environment where you felt nervous or uncomfortable with the sugar daddy?
Or unsafe.
Unsafe.
I haven't personally, but I did have that one friend who went to the dinner date with the one that was not legitimate, and he was very like forceful and very aggressive with her. But luckily she was in a public place, and so she was able to extract herself from the situation. But it was more like he was wanting just sex right then and there, and he was going to be funny like right then and there, and it was just a bad situation, which is why I always even give the advice to definitely not be intimate with them the first time you meet them, which I feel like the ones that are not legitimate are the ones that are going to ask for that immediately. But if they are legitimate, then they'll understand that you'll want to kind of fill things out first.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. That actually leads into my next question, speaking about like, you know, public meetings. Do you feel awkward or do you feel
people staring,
self-conscious about people looking on and assuming that the situation is what it is, or questioning why there's a girl that is so young with a guy so much older in a romantic setting?
Yeah, I think it's something that crosses my mind, and I have noticed looks. I don't know if it's something that they're genuinely thinking or if it's just in my head, but it is something that I think about. And for me personally, I just kind of shrug it off because, like I said, in my mind, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what you do in life, people are going to judge you either way.
True.
So it's just kind of, you just move on with your life and, just let them move on with theirs.
All right. Well, thank you, Anonymous, for being so informative.
Oh my God, you were amazing, and this stuff is just fascinating to me. So I just want to thank you so much for coming on and just being so open about it. That's awesome.
Yeah, we have two good perspectives. One person who found their sugar daddy a little bit more organically, and then one who, does it through a more organized fashion.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Wow, guys. So
I don't
much.
know, the going into this, it reminded me of the cuddler a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking of how
but not
people
really.
just want.
I thought it was a good idea.
People just want companionship, And I just want to say, because, it's 2018, we're not telling anyone to get a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
We're also not telling you to not get a
Right.
sugar daddy. We are just simply asking people what it's like.
Yeah.
Do I have anything else to say?
Do you?
Yeah,
Ash?
I do.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest.
Okay.
The whole companionship thing for me is a little bit. It's a little bit because
You can get
friends of your a peer group. I would think.
Well, it's hard for some people to make friends, I think.
Well, then
When
go
they're
on
older.
Yeah,
Bumble
so if
Friend
they
Finder.
offer money, then they feel like they're worth the companionship,
Right.
Which
Some
I kind
people
of understand.
have low self-esteem, I
Yeah.
think.
The
Like,
they
they're
get a
bringing
the baby gets a confidence boost.
No.
The
The
daddy or
baby's
the
getting the
mommy.
money, and then
Oh.
the dad or mom is like, I'm of worth to this person, which makes me feel good, and thus an equal in the
Right.
relationship.
Really,
It's
it make me feel sad that I had to pay someone to hang out with me.
Yeah, but they're thinking of it as like, oh, I'm helping this person.
It makes them feel wanted and have a purpose where they're funding someone's college or.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I don't think I would ever feel that way. I'm just trying to see it from their perspective,
If there was a hot young thing and I was an older woman and I was like, let me put you through school. And then he'd be like, thanks, mama. I would be like, okay, have a good day.
Am I going to get in trouble for saying this? I think
What?
it's a far less creepy if it's a sugar mama.
Yeah, well, that's technically a double standard.
Yeah,
It
it's a
totally
double
is,
standard.
and I'm admitting to this.
I think it's creepy.
It's just more because guys look at you and give it to me sexual way rather
Yeah.
than women. And women are just like, oh, you sweetie little boy.
I don't know. Some women could be give it to me
true.
sexually.
It's true. It's because it's like the teacher.
Samantha Jones would.
It's just like the teacher pursuing the student. If it's a woman pursuing a high school boy, then they're like, yeah, go for it. But if it's a man pursuing a girl, it's creepy.
It's crazy.
But,
Anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I thought it was fascinating. Before we leave, we all want to give a shout out to Shelby Reese, who is a
Shelby
diehard listener, and it is her birthday this month, May 3rd. So happy birthday, Shelby. This is a surprise from your friend Maddie, who messaged us and said that you love us. You listen to us religiously. So we hope that we surprised you while you're listening to this podcast, because we know it's your birthday. So happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday. And wait, I want to add something too. You guys in the I Don't Get It group, the DGIers.
Yep.
I love that name, by the way.
DGIs.
So that's officially the name of our fandom
Don't getters.
now.
Yeah.
DGIers.
Don't
Okay.
get it.
I don't mind you talking about my personal life.
All right.
I know there's there's some fights breaking out because people are disagreeing on what they should be talking about in the forum.
Hey, talk about whatever
you
you
guys
wanna
can
talk
talk about
about.
anything.
As long as you guys are being nice to each other and not just, letting everyone can have their own opinion, then we're cool with it.
If you want to analyze who Naz hooked up with at the wedding, I don't think she cares.
No.
There's also
So
was
funny.
never a picture of him, so just so you guys know. Also, that picture I uploaded of Jason, everyone thought I was
I know.
dating Jason.
So no
Which
pictures
is
she's
funny.
I thought it was Jason.
Which-
Oh no, I did think it was Jason. I thought it was the other guy, your gay friend
which
at
is
the
definitely
wedding.
not the guy I was straddling
No.
on. He's gay. But yeah, Jason is not a romantic friend, but getting warmer, guys.
All right. The chase is on.
All right, we love you guys. Follow me on Instagram at Naz Perez.
Lauren AI.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.